Hey guys, so this will be part two of the portrait. All right, so I started this portrait, the Iba Elza, or I can't pronounce the guy's name. Great actor though, he's awesome. He's an awesome actor. But anyway, so I started this portrait earlier today, so let's work a little bit more on it, and eventually we're gonna paint it. Okay, so now I'm just kind of filling in where the light, putting the drawing in loosely because I'm going to paint it. And the painting will hopefully make up for the lack of drawing. So this guy is all about his eyes. His eyes are really intense. Okay, I think his lips are a little bit. His lips, for some reason, keep reminding me of Chadwick Boseman's lips. So I think I have. In fact, kind of. I don't know why, but the face. I don't know, but it's okay. Like I said, it's all right because I wasn't really going for a likeness as much as just a generally. I just find the face tends to look better with a. The drawing of the face tends to look better with a live model than it does if you just make up a face with a. You just make up a face with a no model. I mean, you can still do it. It just looks better using a live reference a little bit. And I'm not really going for the exact likeness. All right. So what it was, in case you didn't see the first part of this, was this guy here. I had did a one of those silhouette scribbles, and I pulled this kind of character out of it. So my class voted that we go forward with it, so I went a little forward with this character design, and then I said, okay, well, this can be worked on more. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to make a portrait of what he would look like without the respirator. So, and maybe he just wears a respirator for effect, to make it look dramatic. So we'll just go with that. All right, so let's work on painting this. So I'm not going to go too far into doing the. I'm not going to go too far into doing the. The darks and lights, because I just got to put them in there as landmarks. Because I'm gonna paint this anyway. It's more about a line drawing to paint on top of, but I just needed to kind of needed the darks in there to make the clean lines up. Now this was actually supposed to be the clean drawing to paint on. Something about I always like the fill of the underdrawings. So good work. So the way I work anyway, I think, like I've stated this before in my class, I feel I'm a better painter than I am a drawer, which is weird, but so I think I'll be able to pull this. Guy look better when it gets to the drawing stage. So, I hope he'll look better in the drawing stage. I think he will. Alright, so it's a real rough drawing of him. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'll do one more layer and try to do. I don't know if I can clean this up even more. some just some confident line work. Well, let's try it. Okay, so just try to do some confident line work here and just clean the line up a little bit. The other one, I'll lower the opacity so that I can draw on it and see where I'm drawing. So it's kind of this guy, I think, is all about his eyes, you know? He has these really intense eyes. His eyes are what really sells this character. So the music that's playing is free music from YouTube. Free music. And I use that because I'm going to post this on my channel, and I don't like working in silence. I don't think you like watching a video in silence, so it's real long. And if I posted any kind of music that has copyrights on it, I would get tagged by YouTube, telling me I can't use it, so I can't post it. So I'm just playing the YouTube free music that I'm allowed to post for sure, and it's kind of random what I'm gonna get. So in the photography of this picture right here, you can tell that the photographer burned in these darks to make them really intense. So I'll put them in here, but I'm gonna have to. I can't make them dark yet. I'll have to make them dark in the painting, so they won't be in this line drawing. This is more or less just a line drawing of to be an outline for the painting itself. So and he's got his hair pretty tight with a winch. Whoa. Oh, I hate when that happens. Stupid layer. It looks kind of funny on there. I'm getting rid of it. I don't want it. Delete the layer, guys. My drawing layer. I'll end up doing that. So I'm going to assume that this ear is going to be just like the other ear because I can't see it. Well, it's off the screen now, but you can't see it from the... Oops. You can't see it from the photograph either. I'm just going to go with that. Weird. He's got his beard here tight. Good. Took this picture, so we're gonna do him justice and try to keep his stuff clean here. Bottom of his face here. It should be just about all I need now. He has some serious cheekbone here. Some serious. These are around we normally put light anyway. I'll show you when I paint. Okay. Yeah, he's got some light coming up here. Probably I put most of the stuff in when I paint. As far as light, I'm not gonna do shading on this because I'm painting it. Remember, there's muscles in here, but you can't see them under his hair and his beard. And there's going to be kind of comes down right here. Under the beard, once again, you can't really see it, but it is there. Okay. And the structure of his face-wise. Flat part of his skull here. Flat. That. This is darker, but I'm not going to darken anything. Remember, because I'm painting it. I muscled his neck up slightly from what it is, might be in the picture, but it's okay. His picture in the neck, he's actually got kind of some skin coming down here, but I put a little bit of muscle in there. It's okay. You're welcome, Elba, for putting a more muscular neck. Okay. Alright, so that'll work. So this is just, like I said, it's technically not supposed to be him. Technically, it's supposed to be the guy in the face mask. But maybe this is... Maybe I'll put a scar or something on him. I don't know yet. Let me get this part done first as well. So, why would he be wearing the mask? Well, disguise. Doesn't want everybody to realize he's actually a famous actor. There's that. He could be wearing a disguise for that. I mean, it's starting comic book world. That would be a legit reason to wear a mask. I mean, the comic book world, you know. Why else are you wearing a mask? Well, you wearing a mask. I'm just drawing in light right now. You make him wear a mask because he's got a giant disfigurement on his face, or he thinks there is. So I could put a scar on him, but let's just paint him first, and then I can always go back to put a scar on him later. I can paint a scar in at any time. Alright, so that's pretty good, I think. I think we're ready to do the line drawing of him now, so I can paint on that. So what I'll do, with all these underlines, so I just got a line drawing there, okay? I'm going to move his face over here off to the side a little bit. Still my reference, but I got the line drawing done on it anyway. I'm going to make a selection of his face. So, that layer selected, I'm going to close all these other ones. Just for a minute. And see what happens when I get subject select. See if it selects it. It actually did, but I just have to clean out the inside of it, so subtract all the inside stuff. Actually, I did not do what I wanted. Never mind. I know there's a way I can constrain it, but I can never get that thing to work right, so I'm just going to old school lasso it. It's fine. It's just an outside of it anyway. Just outlining it, lassoing his silhouette more or less. I don't need too much of it. I'm just going for the skin tone. I really don't even need to do the head. I'm just including it. Alright, so I'm going to make, so this is my line layer, so I'm going to go below the line layer and make another layer. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the color picker, I'm going to grab my, this kind of bluey green color right here. It's going to be actually pretty dark. Right in here is blue green, dark blue green color. Just about perfect, I think, right in there. Right about there. Maybe a little more blue into it. Okay, I know you're wondering what this is about, but I have a reason for this. There's a reason for my madness. Okay, so now I'm going to take that selection, and I have a layer under the line layer. Line layer is important, you gotta keep this as your reference. Under it, I'm going to fill it with that foreground color. Bam. There it is. It might even should be a little darker. Let's see. I'm thinking just slightly darker. Maybe even a little more blue. Let me see. Fill. Foreground color. Yeah, maybe even a little more blue. Go up a little bit. That's just a little more towards the blue. Try that. Edit. Fill. There you go. That's what I was looking for. That dark blue-green color. Okay. Alright. Now, once again, you're like, what's with the crazy color? Well, I know I've went over in the past, I've went over fill techniques. And fill techniques, flatting techniques. When you're doing flatting, you use colors that don't really matter. You're just so you can make selections. This isn't what we're doing. We're not doing flatting. This is a technique for doing skin tone that I learned from another artist. So, all right. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to make another layer, and this one is going to have this one's going to have a really orangey red to it. Not the. It's going to be a little bit orangier. I want it red and I want it orange all at the same time. Right? So it makes a really strong contrast. Right. Okay, so now another layer. I'm going to leave the selection on there just because I don't need to take it off yet. Got my brush. Okay, so in this layer, I'll leave it alone for a moment. So this layer, I'm going to color in all the light. Everywhere the light's hitting. Okay, so coloring in the light. We're leaving the darks where the blue and the green are. So now I can bring up this picture. Oops. So now, strongest light is going to be right there. So strongest light is going to be on his nose. And he's got some light hitting up here. Some light hitting here. Believe it or not, we're going to leave the eyes alone. We'll do the eyes separately. Okay? We're just doing the skin right now. Leave those eyes alone. Okay, he's got light hitting here. And it's pretty strong right in here. He's got this band of light here. Really bright patch right here. And this is lit up, but it's not as bright as that. And right under there on his nose, he's got another stripe. And this is lit up. He's got a pool of light up here. And it's really bright along the one part right there a little bit. Okay. He's got this hole. Just kind of got lit up a little bit there. Light coming above this fold here. He's got a little bit of light going along here. He's got light hitting this part of his eye. I'm just doing the top of the eye, not the actual eye. The actual eye, I'll show you. We'll do that later. It's here. There. His lip is really well lit because of the concave there. Lip because of the ridge that comes protrudes, and the fact that the beard above it just really focuses the effect of his lip right there at all. So his lip here has the two teardrop shapes coming together to make the lip. Okay, that's lit. The lip. Now he's got a spot coming through the beard here. It's lit. And he's generally got kind of a area of light here. I'm getting the lightest areas first. This comes down and kind of blends in with this a little bit. Okay, and then he's got light coming in here. Not near as bright, so I'm not putting it on as bright. He's got this kind of triangle going on here. But it's really dark on that side. I'm going to leave that dark on purpose. I'm going to follow the light patterns off the picture, but I just drew it in there just so I knew what I was drawing and still leave a blob there. I didn't want to do a blob. I will put a little, I might light it a little bit over there. More than it's in the picture possibly, but right now I'm going to follow the picture reference for the light. Okay. His neck. Like I said, I put a little bit extra muscular on his neck. I'm not going to worry too much about this shirt. It's not really that important. Alright, and then the light comes down his neck here. And he's got kind of an edge edge here, and a little bit of light hitting down here. Just a little bit. You can see it right there. And then the edge of his shirt line. He's got some skin right there. He's got this kind of in and out shape going on there. So then it has some kind of an angle here that it cuts to. Okay. Now, see, you can't really tell how well that's lit back down his neck because of the beard. And we'll worry about the beard. The beard, we're gonna have to work on the beard too, some lighting wise. But the beard will come in when I do the hair. The hair will be separate as well. There's kind of a whole thing going on over here, and there's a little bit over there, so just a little bit. And he's got this kind of a shape going on over here, so his eye comes all the way up to right below the eye, and he's got like a little dip in there, right there. Darkness. Triangle shape of darkness right in there, so I'm going to take my eraser real small, take a little bit of that out. Smaller eraser. Too small of an eraser. Okay. I don't know how I was ended up with. I was ended up with really small. I ended up working with small images, so I ended up with a brush. Always ends up being too big too quickly. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, he's got light coming in over here. Kind of a whole area of light here. Blends down, there's a couple ridges. And light, again, all the way up to this kind of dark shape he has here. And so light area in here. It's not lit as well. And then this is kind of has a kind of rough edge here. Alright, so now get out one of my favorite tools, not die dropper. Smudge tool. Much too big of a smudge tool. Need to make that thing way smaller. Actually, I don't like that tool for the smudge tool. I'm going to go back up here and get this soft round for it and make it a little bit bigger. I like the soft round for the smudge tool. I don't know what it was doing on the other brush. I think I was checking it out earlier. Alright, so put this down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start blending this together. Okay, so because right now it's all over the place. Because technically, there's no really what you could call hard edge on a there's no real there is and isn't. It's hard to say. I forget his nose. A little bit. It's a little bit of a white spot up here in his nose. And this is not in darkness, but it's not near as light as right here above this nostril. And this nostril has a little spot of reflective light here. And then we got this spot here. Anyway, so here's my smudge. How did I lose the smudge tool that fast? Alright. Spin a little bit. That thing drives me crazy. It's like it just must make it disappear. You cannot allow it to stay on the screen. to strength. That's at 80%. Huh. It's plenty strong to do it. Alright, yeah. This really doesn't like smudging it, does it? Really pushed harder on this pressure sensitivity thing. So I got used to working on my iPad Pro. I don't have to push near as hard on the pressure sensitivity of my iPad Pro as I do on my Cintiq. I'm working on my Cintiq right now, and I have to, requires far more pressure. The Cintiq, and I'm always scared I'm going to break something. I'm pushing so hard on it. Imagine how much I like this working on a Cintiq. The reason I'm not working on my Cintiq right now is because I know there's a way to do it, but I haven't really figured out how to share my screen for my Cintiq. Now I can share my main screen. I've got a program, and I'm using my main PC screen onto my Cintiq, and I have another program which allows me to use my MacBook Pro and my Cintiq. You know, it makes the Cintiq, I'm sorry, using my iPad Pro. It makes my iPad Pro into a Cintiq for my MacBook Pro. And I also just got a program that allows me to do my PC programs on my iPad. But I would like to be able to use my iPad I'd like to be able to use it and then view it on this bigger screen. I know there's got to be a way to do it because I see people doing it, working on their iPad Pros. I don't know. Do tutorials. So I just got to keep figuring it out. I really haven't had time to play with that program, and that program I got may do what I want. Just have not had time to really experiment with it yet. Right now I'm just trying to blend this a little bit, and I'll go back in and put more highlights in. Now I'm just kind of trying to blend the scribblies in. And we're going to put skin texture in and all that stuff, but I don't need it yet. Right now I'm just doing where the light's hitting your face. So if you haven't figured this out, the real trick of this is the fact that what I'm doing is using a total contrasting colors, and the orange is the light, and the blue-green is the dark, and they're totally in contrast for each other. So they're really contrasting colors. So later, it really helps you see where you're putting your lights and your darks. If that makes sense. That's the trick to this. And where I learned this from was called digital painting. And Harley is the name of the artist. It's who keeps saying his name. He's like, "Hey, this is Harley," and then but I know it's digital painting. I'll have to try to figure out, give him some credit, because I bought his class, I'm taking it, and I did learn a lot from doing it. I got way better really quickly. And this right here, this trick I'm doing right now, really was the key to doing skin tones. Now I altered it slightly from what Harley does. Mine's a little bit different what I do to it, but it's the same thing. I would have never known to use this blue, green, and orange without his class. He does a lot of other stuff in the class too. It's not just this. This isn't like the only trick he does more other tricks. I knew a lot of it already, but this was the trick that really brought up my game as far as painting skin tones, I think. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna back it away from me a little bit so I can see it myself, look at it. All right, so already, if you look at it, it looks like just the contrast alone makes it look pretty good, right? Okay, so we're not done. We're gonna go in and we're gonna bring up the contrast between the lights and the darks even more, especially where the really bright white points are. Okay, so the whole thing is eventually going to be anywhere there's light at all is going to have some orange to it. So this is my next thing I'm going to do, and I'm coming here and I'm going to just, all this is going to have orange everywhere. But the brightest spots of orange are going to be at those key lights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a little more intense orange for the really bright highlights, the really brightest points. Because I don't want to lose them in a minute when I start painting more orange on it. And then I'll go back to just hitting the brightest spots. The brightest spots seem to be like right here in his nose. Oh, I missed a spot over here. It's pretty intense, so I'll just use this orange. Oh, I missed that. That's a spot I always hit anyway, normal. It's a normal spot for me to hit. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, that really helped. Okay, he's got a real bright spot here. There's one real bright spot up here. Okay, so one really bright spot right in here. There's a really bright spot right here. And there's a pretty bright spot right here. One little tiny bright spot in there. He's got kind of a bright spot in here, right here. You'd think there'd be one here, but there's not. But there is one right here. It's here. And right here. This part of here. And there's one sort of bright there. Sort of bright. Okay. He's got another bright one up here. That kind of does this weird kind of shapy thing to it. See it there? Okay. There's a little niche of one right here. There's a semi-bright one right here. And then this one, it continues down his nose, but a little bit brighter right here. Okay, and then he's got this one is a normal bright spot. It's normally on both sides of his face there. It's like one of those spots you always hit when you're doing I don't know why, but it's just you always have a bright spot right there. It's like a default. Okay, bright spot right below the nose. But this right here is this really blown out bright spot right there. All right, and then this here is pretty bright. So it comes down, kind of fades into the, and then here a little bit more really bright spots. So I'm going to switch back to the other color. Alright, let's go back to the other color, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab it off of here. Rest of the face, except for any really dark areas. The rest of the face is going to be kind of this color, except for, like I said, the really dark areas. So. There's a few. It's like right there is really dark, so I'm not gonna. But this in here lightens up, and here. This is not as dark as you think it is, so I'm going to tone it down a little bit. It's not as bright as right next to it, but it's also not as dark. So I'll smudge it all together. So, side of the nose, not that dark. There's kind of a shape here a little bit. Just got this side of his nose, the kind of ball of his nose is way over there. And it is there. It comes down a little bit. Even it out. This fold. This up here. This all in here is illuminated. You can see it. But it's just so one really dark kind of shadows. And it's right there. It's that shape. It comes down right to there. So alright, so here's get this above his eye is lit. Just there. And then it gets dark again. Okay. His lips, the whole bottom of his lips are lit. Just has those real bright. Okay. Oh, well, I filled a little too far over actually. Just a little bit. Okay. And his upper lip has a little bit of lighting on too. Not a lot. But enough that you can see that one shadow right there. It's not lit as much as the bottom lip. It should be a little brighter than it is. Okay. This is there. Alright, here, this I forgot all about this. Okay. You just miss these things. It's like they're right in front of you, you just don't see them sometimes. Okay. And it comes all the way over here. Okay. But there's a triangle there that is not lit up. It follows that line down. Okay, but up here. Okay. Alright. And he has some lighting in here. Less, but it is some in there. See it? Kind of makes a triangle-y shape there. Okay, I'm gonna come up to here. Gonna go into the edge of his hairline. Okay. This is some here. Okay. Because really, this is all lit except for the eyebrow. I mean, the eyebrow itself, the hair. Okay. Those lines, they're really thin, so. Okay, so let's, alright, now it's time to, this is kind of lit right here, just a little bit. Okay. Alright, so now let's go in and this is kind of like a triangle-y shape here. Looks like. And right up to the edge of his nose is really lit well. Alright, so let's put the, this is definitely going to be lit more here though. So basically what you got is some light coming down through here, all the way down. And it's just bouncing off the raised areas more than anything else. It leaves these little kind of folds in his skin where he's wrinkled it. But it's not black, so I can't, like dark black, so I can't ignore it. It's just a little bit, but not totally. Because this green is going to be the darkest parts, so I don't want those. Ignore those. So let's go in and get my smudge tool again. And I'm going to go ahead and smudge it together. Learn blending. Fun with blending. Happy little blending. Happy little blending. It's a lonely little tree, but it's happily blended. Happily blended little tree that was lonely. You guys probably, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not. If you never watched Bob Ross. Happy lonely little tree. I would be doing his Elba accent if I could, because he's got an awesome accent. It's so cool. He sounds so cool when he talks. But I can't do the accent. So I got a little bit of under this eye, a little bit more lit. See it going over there, and it lights a little more over here, and it lights a little farther over here than I have it lit, but not more. And this comes in just a little bit here, but I keep losing my blur. My smudge. Yeah. I want to thank Westside. I don't know. I feel like I should be doing something like that with this beat. Okay, where this go? Pull off that light blend right there. Now, see, the fold is not that prominent, so I gotta make sure I don't put extra folds in his head that don't belong there. He's just got a wrinkle there. See, it's just a wrinkle. So I gotta make sure that, and the light does have a thing there a little bit, but you gotta be careful because
check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
It can easily look like a hard edge. You don't want a hard edge, and that's not a hard edge either, and it's starting to look that way. So I gotta blend it. I know I have lines under there too that are adding to it, so I'll get those out of there in a minute. Get this all nice and blended. But I got the basic shapes in it, so I think it'll work.
It sound right, boys.
Okay. I think here. Blend that also. It's just a line and not necessarily a deep fold in the skin or anything. Because it will read that way, trust me. Save myself trouble fixing it later. He's got a couple little ridges here. Putting that in there because I don't want it to look like a thing, like a ridge, but it is.
It sound right, boys.
Some type of ridge. The light wouldn't be reflecting that way on it. It's just the way the light's hitting the skin. All right, so this kind of comes out a little bit more and blurs a little bit. This is actually more rounded here. The bright spot's got to be right there, but I don't want this weird division thing going on in his nose here, and I can't tell. Now it looks like he's got a Rudolph.
It sound
nose.
right,
Not
boy.
what I wanted. See, it can happen pretty easily. So bring it down. Might even erase it a little bit. Pull the white, this orange. It's not white yet, but it will be. Pull it over a little bit. But I need the round edge there, but I don't want it to look like off. Okay, I lost the orange there. So it can happen. So now I'm in repair mode. I had an error. Okay, so this orange is, he's got to blend in here. Blend and blend and blend. Must have a line under there that's making it look like that. See when you take out the pencil lines? Looks cool, huh? And that's usually what I do with the painting. The painting at the end, so I'll get this out of here now. I mean, I know where I got the light in there already, so I don't really do that line anymore. So anyway, so eventually when I do the painting, I will take the lines out totally. Because when you take the lines out totally, it looks better. Do that, but I'm not there yet. So that's maybe just a little bit, and the problem is this is orange, but the problem is the light's got to focus on that one spot more than the rest. Blended myself with my light blend back, so it's really in that one spot right there, more than everywhere else. This is a really intense dark on the side of his nose here. Okay. All right. Once again, it's not 100% him, but it'll work. Alright, and I got one more thing. I do have a pretty intense orange right on the top of the edge of his lip. In fact, it's even a little more intense than I got. It's really, really bright. And you're going to totally understand why I did this in a minute. When I hit the next step, okay? I promise. Because right now you're still probably looking at it and saying, what are you doing? Making an orange and green dude. He's not orange and green. Well, it's not going to be orange and green, my brother. You must trust me. I know this. I know what is going on. Even if you don't, I do. This is what happens. I'm here by myself. I'm just talking. Most intense orange nose. One more time, and then just pop it right there. See that? Really super orange. Trust me, that will glow like a flashlight when I'm done with it. Okay, and where else is the super intense light? Right here. So a little bit right here. Just a little bit right there. Right here, bam. I feel like the photographer may have went back in and touched this photo up and put light spots in there on his eyes. Photographers will do that sometimes. So they'll put highlights in around the eyes and darks around the eyes because the eyes are pretty much always the focus. There's a little curl here. Here. And now get a little bit darker orange. And this is not 100%. You know, I said I would do the hair, and I am. But I just feel like it needs a little bit right now. Just need it. Even though it's not going to be flesh. Okay. That ear, you cannot see it, and it's backlit. But I'm going to go ahead and light it up just a little bit for the backlight. It's going to have backlighting on it. It's going to be backlit. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lights in a little bit. Because they're going to be hitting him along the edge here. So. It's not in the original one, but I'm going to put it in there. Because it will be there when it's done. Okay. Okay, so we're ready to go. So what we do now, and my suggestion is to save it. And this guy, I called him Cyber Wizard, will be Cyber Wizard 2. Alright, so now, this is that blue-green, is that right? Okay. So, just to be safe, I am so cautious about everything. I don't actually want a second layer on there yet, so it does add a lot of brightness to it. I don't want another. I just want to make it's just there for safety. In case I screw something up, I never trust myself. And same thing with the green. Take a second one of those. And close both of those. Oops. Right, so they're under here. It really does add to it. But I want. Okay, so these two layers. Keep those off. Those are my backups. Backup. I never usually use them. I just always make them. Back up. Alright. That's my own little thing. So much. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop this layer down. So now they're both on one layer. Okay. And it is time to go. Now it's already close to the color I want. I don't have to do a lot to it really. It blended really nicely. We'll go over to image, adjustment, and hue and saturation. Okay. So now in the hue and saturation, this is all one level now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it to get it to the color tone I want. Now, the way I was taught, the artist I was taught doing this from, he was mostly dealing with Caucasians, and he would move it into this yellow and make it super intense like this to get the skin tone. Okay. And he would end up with basically this for skin tone, but I don't want that because this guy's not Caucasian, so I want a skin tone a little redder for my own, just a little, leave that red in there a little bit for his skin tone. You can't see it here, but and bring this just a little bit. The blue's fine because you can go in and darken it with skin tone, so right about there. Right about there. I like that. Okay, and then you hit, you don't want to hit colorize. You could hit colorize. Colorize does look pretty good, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? I guess I could. It does look pretty good. But it made it all. It eliminates that color that I wanted, though. Makes them all that color. I don't really want that, so I don't want to do that. See, I like this contrast is what I wanted. Because your skin is not all. It doesn't matter if you're what color your skin tone. It has layers to it. It has greens, reds, and yellows. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you have really what you consider really white skin, or if you have considered dark skin, red skin, whatever. There's colors under your skin. There's blood, there's green hues, blood, red hues. Right there is good. Adjust his skin tone a little bit. I want him to stay a little bit in the red. The warm red colors. Not too far red, but just because I know it was just red, so I don't. That is too light for what I want. I'll go right about there. Okay, that's good. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is the next part. Once again, I think we should save it. That way, if I change my mind and decide I want to change something again, I can. So that's why I love Photoshop. Save as. Call this one 3. I have so many copies of things sometimes. Need to eventually someday just go into my hard drive and just get rid of stuff. Right, so that is going to move this up so it can work. Start painting. Move this guy over. Oops. How did I get? Oh, that's because I see. Forgot about that. I don't need the selection anymore. I can get rid of it. I like it so much when I take the line layer off. My paint layer is what I'm looking for. That's the line. I gotta label that line. This is my paint. Okay. So the paint layer. Once again, for my own safety. I don't know. I'm just a freak about this stuff. Make a copy of it. Why not? I just put it down here and I can throw it away later. It's not a big deal. It's my backups of everything. Okay. Regular paint layer. Alright, so now I've got kind of close to the skin tone I want. I really kind of want it. It's a bit yellow for me still. I think I want to fix it. Image adjustments. Hue saturation. Let's see here. I can adjust the levels too. It's too red. That looks a little bit better right there. But I just got to make sure I pump these lights up because his skin tone might be closer to this, but the whites, these are really burnt or white. See how white there? So I just got to make sure I put them in there. Too red, just very slightly. That kind of works, kind of. Just a little bit. Okay, I think that'll work. All right, we'll go with that. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to grab the eyedropper and I'm gonna grab kind of mid-tone, go back to my brush and just start filling in the evening them out. Start painting them in. Kind of even out with the paint. Even everything out. Even it out. And not too much because I don't want to lose my. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of fill here. To fill even out areas. Then what I'll do is I'll come in still a little orange, I think. But I'll fix them. Might have to go back in and adjust his colors again. But it gives you a great base to start with, right? Okay. He's gonna be in darkness, but I don't know as much darkness as they have there. Not sure about that. This is a neutral color. I can darken it all up where I need to. Just want to make sure it's all kind of even, and then I'll come in and put the darks in again. And so to do the dark, what I'll basically be doing is taking this color and darkening it. This is just a base I'm painting, okay? So, don't want to have, because eventually he's gonna all be painted, so this whole face will be painted. And his body, you can do this whole technique for the body too. Still think I might change his color a little bit to a little bit darker. I should get a color image of him and see what his skin tone really looks like, instead of guessing. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I want the darks in there, I just don't cover the blue up for the moment. That's hair, so this is his neck. I don't want to put black in there because black is just for the darkest darks. I don't want that, so this is just real. This is kind of a filler, and I'm darkening on top of it. Put more dark on top of this. This is just so he doesn't have any unpainted areas of blue. I want the blue to show through a little bit because the blue kind of, I'll explain this in a minute, but the blue will kind of represent areas of, I represent areas of shadow, low light, and maybe even less blood to the skin. And this is, you're like, what are you talking about blood? You'll see in a minute. Okay, so I like that. I like that skin tone. I'm gonna go in and I don't know why, I just really kind of just a little bit more. Now I can do, instead of always hue and saturation, I can do color balance. I can do levels. I'll mess with the color balance and see what happens. So let's say the mid-tones right now, and let's lower the blues. Lower the magentas. I don't want that much magenta. Up the reds a little bit. If I up the reds, I need to up the greens. I don't want to get too red. Yellows, no. Blues. Okay. The highlights. The highlights I really want to. They're too yellow. Adjust these skin tones. Okay, and the shadows. The shadows we can definitely darken the shadows with the blue. I like that. There you go. I don't want him flat, cause see, this looks flat. I don't want flat. I want some color to it. Some layering of the color. because I don't want them gray, because you get in there and it turns into gray. And gray will look flat. I don't want it flat. That kind of flattens it. I don't want that. Flattening it again. See that? Flattening it. Okay, that'll work. Alright. Okay. So now, see, it gives you a nice base to work from, doesn't it? Okay. So now I want to grab the lightest light. Go in here, and it's almost an orange, isn't it? But I want to really pump it up here. I want to move this thing into bring in these whites, these lights. Just really light, intense lights, colors. You don't want white because it'll flatten it. I do have to lighten it up a little bit. I can blend it. Now the lips can be painted separately too, so I don't even know why I mess with the lips. So light spot. Light spot. Got the light hitting up here. Remember, don't use white. You can hit it with white later, but not yet. There's just going to be little spots where you hit it. Okay. Alright. Get my blending tool. Bring me my blending tool. Okay. Blend this a little bit more. I'm going to keep blending as I go. So nothing's going to be too extreme. I mean, there's a couple extremely white spots of light and some extremely dark spots. But for the most part, things can be blended. See this kind of skin there? Just kind of nice. There's a kind of roundish to it there. Gotta get that line out of there. It's bothering me. All these facial lines out from that. Oh, that's why. My eraser has no strength to it. Like, why am I not erasing these lines I'm trying to erase? These lines don't want to take out. I'll take these out. I know how to fix this. Take those lines out. Some lines I can take out. Take these out. Take this line out. It's just gonna be color coming back in there. These lines I'm going to definitely lessen. I'm not gonna take them out. Just lessen them out. And this line too. This is there, but it's not. There you go. Alright, let's go back to our brush. And he's got kind of light coming out his nose here. Nice blender. Need to blend it. I don't know what accent that's supposed to be. Get into me belly. I mean, that's supposed to be Scottish, but it's terrible. From Fat Bastard. From you know, I'm not even gonna say what I just did. You know what I did. I don't even know if I can fix what I did. I painted on the line layer and I'm trying to undo the blending. Okay. There it goes. It's not a good thing to do. Don't paint on your line layer. I was like, why isn't it blending right? Why is it not blending right? I just couldn't figure that out. I know why. I was on the wrong layer. Good thing I figured it out before I went too far. I don't know about you, but I've had many times where I did not figure it out till it was way far. Not too late, but well, sometimes. I got a line there I gotta get rid of. Okay, line. And my music has stopped. I will fix that. Paint layer. Why did it stop? Well, it stopped because it got to the bottom of the page, and for some reason it doesn't like to go on to the next page. There it goes. It's kind of like Oompa Loompa, isn't it? So I learned to paint traditionally with oil and watercolors. So when I approach digital painting, I approach it as if I was approaching a traditional painting. That thing's so huge. Anyway, and so that's the way I work. If you've never had a chance to work traditionally and you get the chance, I think everybody should. Even if if you're like, well, I'm a digital painter or a 3D artist, why would I need to do that? I just think it makes you a better artist. The more skills you have, and you can combine them. They're not all like, it's hard to say. It's like one. They all connect together. They all add to your skill level. So one does not I don't know. You should have more than one. Okay. So down here. Get my smudge tool. Blend this together. Alright, and blend this eyelid here, this guy here. And this is kind of does this. Alright, and this does this. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and put in the I know the eye, it looks weird with the eyes being flat like that. It looks really strange, but trust me, I'm going to fix it. Just not there yet. We're getting there. Okay, so we're getting there. So I'm gonna go up in here, up in here, up in here. Okay, we're gonna put this light in his cheek again. So, come on with this thing, really? You can't just stay on my smudge tool. I know, I should just use the hotkey, right? Now, those are good spaces for white at some point, but not yet. Okay, it's not yet. All right, so now I want to go in and I want to grab the eyedropper and grab the darkest area here. Go back to my brush. In fact, what you can do with this color, and then go and grab the lightest area. That way you have the two colors. That is faster that way. Now I gotta come in and put these darks back in here. So, and I'm gonna get darker even than this. So this is down here, not black. See, it's dark red. Instead of black. So. Okay, get this really dark in here. I might have to go darker, but at the moment, we're gonna really like that. So his eyebrow comes up. And this comes right in here, and this is dark in here. Dark. And this is dark. So we're basically using the skin tone to set the colors. Okay. The skin tone itself sets what the colors are going to be at. I hope that makes sense. We're not just putting black in there. We're putting an actual darker tone of the skin color that we ended up with. And this is, his nose is lit right there, and then there in the center. And now this guy, his whole side of his face is darkened. I told you I was going to use some of the lighting, but not. And I might even darken it up more. We'll see. Because it's a nice picture. It is. It is a nice picture. Whoever took it did a good job. I suppose I should have read who took it. But I got it from Pixel Bay, but I did it. So. Well, I probably did at the time, but I just don't remember it at the moment. So. We got this kind of thing going on here. Trying to eliminate anywhere the lines are at. Shirt is not that color, but I just needed a dark there, so. And you got it really dark up in the ears here, right there, and I'm sure in here it's really dark, and in there. Okay, this is dark. This is dark, comes down here, and his hair is not. His hair and his eyes. When I do his eyes, just wait. I should do his eyes right now. The eyes really like. Yeah, set it off. When you do the eyes, it looks so cool when you do the eyes. Alright, I'll do the eyes in a second. Alright, smudge tool doesn't actually have a hotkey apparently, for some strange reason. Get the cool look of the photograph. I love it. That's fine. We can do that. Jump down in here a little bit more. I don't want to get too far over into the red, but I want to stay away from the gray too. This photographer has this dark nail that must have. I think he definitely did it for like after did some burn. So the burn would make it darker. Tools over here. You got the dodge and burn. The dodge will leave it lighter. The burn will make it darker because the burn burns more of the light into the picture. So like graded or nothing. I went to intermediate photography. It was okay. Talked to my photography teacher. He'd probably tell you I was. He probably wouldn't remember me. He'd be like, who? Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'd be like, oh yeah, that guy. I was the guy who kind of showed him Photoshop. Like, I guess he kind of knew about it. I don't know. He seemed really into it. Like, because he was a real traditional photographer. He was good. He was well known in his field and everything. He was a photographer and everything. And I had come into the program, and Photoshop was still new at the time. That's how long ago this was. Photoshop was kind of new still, and he hadn't really done a lot with it or seen much of it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. My camera broke near the end of the term, and I didn't have money to replace it. It was a Pentax manual, and I didn't have money to replace it. So I had some old magazines. I picked up old magazines at a flea market, which actually I already picked up. I think I already had them for some reason. I don't know if I picked them up then or not, but so I had these old magazines, and what I did was I manipulated the photos from some of the ads and stuff in the old magazines, and I made them pretty cool. He liked them a lot, so because he was like old school darkroom guy, do everything in the darkroom, which was cool because I did learn, but at the same time, and once again, I think it's skills that we as artists. Not a bad thing to know. Okay, so this I'm gonna have to go in and put some more lights back in here. But this is basically doing what I needed to do. Put the darks in. I think he has brown eyes, right? I suppose I should do my due diligence and reference his photo. See if he has what color eyes, what he has. But he's not him. He is not this guy. He's just a reference. He's actually a totally different character. So I am not going to reference his eyes on purpose. I'm going to just do whatever color I think his eyes are going to be. So I am going to make them cool. I'm going to do them in just a second. Right now I am blending these skin tones together. See the way he's got little kind of like pocky marks on his skin? That's going to be another layer. We're going to put that in to make that realism of it. For the moment, I'm just trying to get the colors nailed in here. And the hair is going to help put it all together too. So the hair's not done yet. The hair is another layer in itself. I feel like I should be working with wet media. There is wet media in the new photo in here in Photoshop now. Wet media brushes. It's pretty cool. I was toying with it slightly. Okay, so far, what I got here, and this is his nose has this dark area right there that does this, but it's not that dark, so it's going to kind of be a blend between these two. Okay. Yeah. And then this light is still too light. But I still need it to be kind of round. There's a pretty strong line here. You see it? Dark, between the dark and the light. nose shifts over slightly here, probably from a break or something at some point. Okay. And this is pull this in here. And this is. So I'm gonna paint this in darker here because eventually the line's gonna be going under it, and it has to still be there. I still need that line, but it has to be real thin, so I'm gonna paint it in there a little bit. Okay. This line here, there's a little bit of that darkness that comes over the top of it. See it right there? So, a little bit of darkness. And this is kind of there. This has to come more. Kind of phase out there. The backlight's going to be in there too, so it's not there yet. Which will why that has light on there. See, there is a backlight on this one. It's gonna light. My backlight's gonna actually light the character. So, a little bit of backlighting on this neck too. But that's the light I'm gonna put in there, so I'm just bringing it in there. Okay. So, what else do we have here? I need to make this brush way smaller. Not a one. You're gonna make me type, aren't you? I was trying to resist it, but I can't. I can no longer resist typing it. Okay, so we got this shadow. Let's kind of find lines. And kind of comes in like that a little bit. And then this is a definite line, and it goes here. And this one is this line. This one is a line across here. His eyes are definitely dark. Once again, not black. Now, it just needs to be wider. It needs to go lower. And this needs to be lighter then. Not a lot, but a little bit. It has a ring of edge of light that goes along it. I'll have to smudge it. This is more lit here. Kind of goes back. This is smudge across here. But it comes up right here. It stops short. And then this line, see it? Comes down here. Eyes are so important. Okay, so now I'm actually going to work on his actual eyes. So, told you I would get there. Just not there yet. Wait, I need to move this. This needs to come over more. Yeah. Because it kind of comes in and out as it goes down. And the nose, I need to bring up that light on his nose to brighter. But I don't want to put the white in yet. Let's go for the eyes. So what we're going to do with the eyes is we're going to make a selection of the eyes. Make sure it's on plus. Then I'm going to grab the color, the brightest color of the skin, and which is right here, and I'm going to up it up into here. Now you're like, wait, his eyes are not white? No. You do not want to make white eyes on a character because it will look weird. That's why. Don't ask. No, it really will. The honestly, the way you light an eye, you choose the brightest skin color on the character, and then you can up it a little bit like I did, but you don't want to go too much. You don't want a true white because true white will not look right. You've been lied to with your crayons. Crayons lied to you, man. Just face it. Go a little bit whiter, but not too much. Okay, just where the light's gonna hit his eyes. Just a little bit. Now, what did I say? I need green eyes. Okay. So, let's start out with. Last time I haven't used black. I'm gonna use black. Get his eye shape right. Black eyes. Whoa. I like that brush, but I'm going to go back to my straight round brush and lower my size. There you go. This is just my brush of default. This is like my default go-to brush. I really want to make sure I do something right. Use this brush. No goofing around, no experimenting, no nothing. Now in this particular picture, his eyes are black. And they look cool and all, but we're not going to do that. Because I like my characters have neat looking eyes, so we're going to do pupils are the right shape though. So see, it almost touches the bottom of his eye. Almost touches the bottom of his eye. And then I'm gonna come in with should have worked on the blade, but it's okay. It's fine. I can cut the eyes. Now I'm gonna come in with with green on his eyes. Green. Plug my phone in. There it goes. Alright. Let's go with green. And this is cool green. We'll go with this really dark green to start with. Right here. Okay. And we'll go in and we'll put in his. I'm going to zoom in so I can see this. Too far. Right. Now I actually make a line, another layer just to do it. I did my greens. Dark green. Okay. I don't know if he has green eyes, but green eyes are cool. So we're going to green eyes on this guy. I don't think he has green eyes in real life. He might have like hazel eyes or something. Light kind of tan color. This dude's getting green eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go with the green. Then we go with the black pupil of the eye. Okay. Pupil of the eye. Okay. Now, here's the trick of the eye. When you do eyes, when you do eyes, the light's hitting from obviously from over here. So the light in this eye is going to hit. It's going to hit here on the actual eyeball, but it's going to light. It's going to light the eye down here because the light travels through the eye. It kind of glows out there, and it's also going to, therefore, this green will be most intense where the light's coming through it here. Okay, so the light's hitting there. Alright. Then, grab this eye color. Oh, wrong layer. No, I did the eye that way. Eyedropper. Is that eye color? Wait, that layer. Alright, so I'm gonna actually a little bit darker. And I'm going to kind of just pull along the side of his eye here. The shadow. The darker parts of the eye. And then we get a little darker. And do the really corners of his eye. Then I'm going to go back to that kind of grayish color. That one. And then I'm going to go kablow all the way across the top to make the shadow of the eyelid. Okay. Goes all the way across. Okay. Come in here and I'm going to grab this white one more time. Nail this spot and just bring it in just a little bit here, speckles almost. It really lights that up, and then one little tiny hits down in here. Okay, there you go. Bam. Eyes. Select. Cool, huh? Look at that. Looks like real eyes. I know, it's pretty neat, huh? Okay, so what the hell was that? It was a weird voice, man. Just leave it alone. Just let it go. Just let it go. Okay. And then that gray has to go across the top. Yeah, can't answer that right now. Do the demo. Okay, across the top. Alright, and then I'm going to come in here with a red. A little bit of red. Kind of a pinky kind of red. And put a little bit of red in there to his eye. Because your eyes have a little bit of pinky redness to them. Pinky red to the eye. Now this paint layer has this little spot right here. I want to take it out. And then the line layer has a spot too. Take it out of there. Now the problem was with that is I left this big hole in my eye, but I can fix that. Let's go back here. Flip to this one. Take the color of the eye and throw it down right in. Oops. No. I'm on the wrong layer. On the wrong layer. There you go. It's kind of gray. pinkiness into it a little bit again. Where's that gray coming from? Where's that gray coming from? Where did I put that gray at? That's so gray on the eyeball. Where's... Did I put in a line layer? But I did. Huh. Turn that off. Just try to fix it this way. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm erasing instead of painting. The whole time I thought I was painting, and I was like, why does it keep getting gray? I'm trying all these different paint layers to it. It was paint. I was erasing it. That's why I kept turning gray. I'm like, why is it turning gray and not the color it's supposed to be turning? I couldn't figure that out for the life of me. Okay, it's fixed. Sort of fixed it. Sort of fixed it, more or less. Oops. I don't want it too bright there because the light doesn't hit it right there. Alright, so then dark. And I gotta come in and put the bottom of his eye back in. Just I took it out. And put the bottom of his eye in here. There we go. All right. Okay, so he's still kind of needs a little bit of blending. I'll lower that eyeball layer, eye painting layer. Push down. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if the guy has green eyes or not in real life, but this is not that guy. So this guy has green eyes. Okay, so just accept it. We're just gonna accept that he has green eyes. Okay. Darkness on the side of his. It doesn't really help that the blue beard, but we're gonna take care of that in a minute. That's the next thing we do. Okay, so we're just trying to blend. There you go. Use a bigger blending tool, I guess. That's all I can do to get it to work. There you go. Yeah, that's better. Well, the kind of blend. The bigger the blending tool, the more. Oh, I gotta do the lips too. The more it blurs the blend in. So, not so hard edged. Let's turn off the line layer again. Yeah, it looks pretty good without that line layer, doesn't it? Okay, so let's go in and fix the hair. So we're gonna do a. See, this is all flat over here. I don't like it. I might paint it in anyway myself. Even though it's all black. It's really dark black. I might paint in the something over there. lives. So let's jump to the hair real fast. Though, so the hair, his hair is pretty black. It's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to see if I can get that to select. No, of course I can't. Alright, so let's select, make sure nothing's selected, and just lasso his hair. I should have saved the selection and then just did it the opposite way, but I did it, so. Now he looks like he's got anime blue hair. Now, I have to make the blend of the hair into the rest of the face, like just the kind of like stubbliness of it. But I'm going to get the hair first, and then I can do the edges, work on the edges afterward. The parts of the mustache does not cover. Out of the equation. And let's get the brush. This time we need a big old brush just to get this laid in here. Oops, I forgot. That's okay, I can fix that. I'll just lay this in like this and we'll go from there. I'll just kind of avoid that area as much as I can. I darken it up. It's also salt and pepper, so we'll have to put the salt and pepper into it. But I can do that. This is the first layer of the hair. It's weird, his beard is salt and pepper, but his head is not. Seems like your head would be more salt and pepper faster than your beard, but just kind of bring this in, bring it in. So, his eyebrow right there is not actually, it's not totally like fills in, if that makes sense. It takes some of it out a little bit. His beard is salt and pepper. So what we need to do is we need to come up with I wouldn't go white. Texture to his beard. Now, I don't usually use fancy brushes, but in this particular case, I might see what I can do with a fancy brush to make my life a little easier. And I'm on eraser again. Why am I always putting on eraser? Make it smaller. I don't even know what this brush is going to do, but kind of. Started with this and see what we get. It's gonna be smaller though. Yeah, that works. More or less. I was just guessing using this brush, but it looks like I made a pretty good choice. It's not too bad. Definitely look lighter there. And lighter. Kind of does this lighted area here. Goes down here. And then it's all the way along here. It's hit or miss on the salt and pepper like I said, I think that photographer touched this picture up because the darkness is continually. And don't worry, this edge will all be fixed. It won't look so. Now, I don't know if he has gray in his hair, but I'm gonna put it in there. Anybody's like, don't put gray in my hair. He's got an English accent. Don't put gray. I can't do it. That sounds Scottish. How can I do it? Hello. Alright, don't put gray in my hair. Whatever. I'll stop the accents right now. Sorry, Yuba. I'm getting some gray. And some places here is hairs. Now I'm going to take that edge off of it, deselect it. Right, so that we can kind of work it in a little bit. So it doesn't look so, oh man, that's a bad edge right there. I just noticed that. Funny is it looked okay earlier, but now it looks not good. So change it to black and then kind of, his beard is pretty tightly shaven, but I gotta make it look a little bit, just a little bit like it's not 90 degrees. That makes sense. It has a little bit of texture to it, if you will. Like I said, I'm not like I'm not happy with that, but I'll fix it. I'll work it out. Hard for this to show up. Just noticed I didn't have it up there, but it's cut pretty close there, but still a little bit of texture to it. Okay, I haven't colored his lips yet either, so we'll do that in a minute. What's the next thing? Or something. I don't know. I'm not getting any kind of coverage there. There you go. That's much better. There. Alright, and then yeah, it doesn't look like him. It looks like a dude, but not like him, but it's okay. It's fine. It's working for just a face. So it's more or less working. So want him in now. It's driving me crazy that it doesn't look enough like him. I'm gonna get him out of here and just finish it. I know everything. I know where the lighting's supposed to go. I know this. It looks like a guy. It just doesn't look like him. I don't know. I lost it somewhere. Somewhere in the mix. No, one thing is his head. So much. Line layer. Line. Change my brush from eraser. That line. All these lines. I'm trying to point out. It's weirdly like Eminem for some strange reason. It looks like Eminem with a costume. I think his head shape is what's the matter. But I'm not for sure. I think his chin's gotta come down here more square. Eyes. Fix his eyebrows. So the light would be hitting his hair. Different places. So it really wasn't supposed to be him necessarily, and a good thing because it doesn't look like him. It didn't succeed. I did not succeed. Oops. Did not succeed if I was trying to make it look like him. It's hard to say on that side of his head because I can't see it. Alright, so lips. Work on the lips. Alright, so the lips need some fixing, especially right there. I don't know what the heck I was doing right there. I was messing with it. And it did not work out well. And I haven't put the really super highlights in yet either. So get my brush, back to this. Make it small again. Make it 3. And come in here and fix that's on the line layer. Did I draw the hair on the line layer? Oh, never changed. That's why. Like, why does it keep giving me the same color? I know I changed it. This was wrong anyway, so it's all fixed. Darker shade, and this is all going to be fixed, so don't worry, we'll get there. Okay. You're all sitting at home going, what are you doing? You know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. When do I ever know what I'm doing? Not very often. So what I'm doing now is trying to come in and fix that line layer's gone. I'm going to try to fix everything so that it looks right without the line layer there. Because eventually I wanted to be rid of the line layer anyway. I have no idea how long this video is. But I can't leave this now. I just can't. So, if you want to hang out, watch it, or watch it later, you can. So all I'm doing right now is I'm actually going through with a smudge tool and kind of smudging everything a little bit together. So that line layer is gone. And it looks good, but at the same time, it needs a little bit of work. So I gotta fix the eyes. teeth. So up a little higher. This eye got deformed a little bit in shape of it. I'll fix it in a minute. I'll fix these lips first. They're driving me crazy now. Alright, so here's out of blue lips. So the lips, we're gonna go with the eyedropper again, and we're gonna grab kind of a medium color there with the lips. And I'm gonna make another layer so I don't screw anything that I already have done. I'll fix eyebrows too. Don't screw anything up. Let's paint the lips in. So if you look at the lips, they go dark, light, dark, or really dark towards the mouth. So we're just, and then there's like a line there. Okay, so and then this one is almost totally dark, but I'm just gonna put it. The bottom lip is kind of got a thing going on here, and then it's got a line. So let's get darker. Okay, and we're gonna go to this at the top of the edge of the lip. Cover this blue over top of the blue. Paint over the blue. Paint, yeah, I had to make sure it wasn't on the eraser or something crazy again. Here of his lip, slightly different tone. That this becomes darker and it gets lighter. It's very dark down here. Make it a little darker. This is all darker here. Not quite as dark. It's really dark in here. So mix it up a little bit. Even darker, right in the darkest spots right there. Dark, but not as dark. This will be a little bit dark, but not as dark as stuff. Alright, where's my smudge tool to blend it? It's too big. So, if you are hoping for a, like, do this, do that, and then do this 3 times and spin around kind of technique for painting. No. The only technique I have is the skin tone thing I showed you we did. That's really my only technique. Other than that, it's kind of a eyeballing it. This kind of reddish color. You don't get too painted the lips because they don't look like lipstick or anything. But they're going to be pinker than your pinker than the rest of your face. Full of blood. Might not really be as pink as got kind of a lighter color right along the edge here. Okay. And along the edge here. And you got the light in here. Okay. You got a little bit of light right here on this part of it. Now, you grab that eyedropper again and start fixing all the errors like this. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer again. So the lips can be lowered down, so this is just part of the face now. We can just make it all work together. So merge down. So now we're just going to go in here and we're going to take the eyedropper and paintbrush and we're just going to fix everything that needs to be fixed. Eyebrow edges. I'll smudge and blur this all together, so don't worry. Freaking blur tool. Just put the blur tool on the thing for me, please. I want the blur tool. Put it on there. I don't know where I just put it. Way up there. Perfect. Did I replace something else? With the sponge tool, I want that as well. Okay. There's another blur tool. I don't barely ever use that one, but we'll put it there anyway. Okay, done. Thank you. Alright, that'll save me going looking for this stupid thing every time you need it. Alright, I'm going to bring it all together now with the little bit of blending here, okay? Hopefully, you'll be pleasantly surprised when it all comes together. Like an A-team plan. This one. Once again, I think we reached the bottom of the page on our music. I'll fix that in a second. That side, I can't stand that side of his face. I'm gonna paint it. And just guess what colors it's supposed to be because I can't take that flat brown. It looks terrible. And then Not only that, but the hair edge right here looks terrible too. It looks fake. Alright, so we'll fix all that. So, eyedropper. Mid-tone. I don't like that gray. Eyedropper, mid-tone, there you go. Get my brush. Make my brush a little bit bigger. That's too big. Come in here and I want it darker, but I don't want it that dark. That's craziness. Fix that in a second. Make it 3. I gotta just little things I gotta fix now. Really? Little things I gotta fix now. Just lost my whole screen. When you take the line layer off, it really you gotta make sure you got all that stuff, all those edges fixed that you had, the line layer was covering up for you. Going to start putting some of the really dark blacks in that are really the black areas, the darkest areas of it. Okay, and then that way I can fix the rest of it. I can put the whites in too, the really bright whites. He's got a major fold in his eye here. these folds in his eye are like his kind of thing. These are what kind of make him look like him. Even though, like I said, it's technically we're not doing him, so technically, but kind of, but not kind of. Alright, so the eyes really have to be a focal point. Okay. And I'm going to darken this up a little bit. Darken his lips up. This gets darkened up too over here, obviously, because his lip is going in right there. His beard is going to be kind of coming in here a little bit more. Comes down here. Alright, let's see here what else I got going on. This ear is just totally wrong. See, that's what you get when you can't see something. Edit, cut, edit, paste in place, and then move it down. There you go. That's better. And then fix the hair going to his ear. His head kind of shapes like that. Fix the hair going to his ear. Take the eraser, take off the bottom of the ear a little bit. Okay. Take the eraser, clean off all this extra color I have here. Okay. And mark that layer down. Use the eraser tool to clean up all this stuff. Okay, there you go. Okay. Alright, it's not too bad. Okay. Now, I need to go in and put in things like his the white highlights. So let's get into the white. Just a few. Remember, don't go crazy with this. This is very sensitive. Oops. Yeah, got it. Just a little bit on the brightest highlights. Okay. There. A little bit there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Just a little bit. Right here. Right here. A little bit right here. Kind of touchy going down there. a little tiny bit up here, and then smudge it a little. Oops. All right, I don't know why that thing went off, but it did. It's fine. It was what? Oh. I was on. I didn't want the clone's name anyway, so I'm glad. I'm glad you didn't let me use it. Okay, and then a little bit right here, just a little bit. Now, what I want to do now is I want to get really close to that color. Really close to that color. And hit it in here a little bit. Now, I think that in real life, this guy's skin color would be slightly darker than I have it here. But, like I said, it's not him, so we're going to worry about it. Okay. That works. All right, so now, it's kind of okay, and then what we need to do, we got the darks in there, we got the lights in there. I think one more time, just hit this up with a little more darker right here. Because it is, see that right there. Okay. Here, and this is all darker in here. So this is dark. Okay. And this definitely gets darker here. So it goes back. And darkness comes in here. Okay, so now we got to put in the kind of skin things. Okay. So, and then his look a little. There you go. See, I pulled it out. You guys got worried, but you didn't have to worry. I had it. You can work it through. Just work it out. Work it out. Walk it off. Alright. So, his hair comes down a little bit here. So this is what I was going to do. This hairline. Hairline was too perfect. It looked weird. I mean, it's taking nice care of his hair. Is cut really well. But okay, and then highlights in his hair here. The light's hitting it a little bit. Okay. All right, so it's not too bad. Not bad. This is going to be a bigger brush. This is going to be a t-shirt. 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 Okay. All right. That's not too bad. Okay, so there we go. I think we can stop there. And then maybe next class I'll put some scars on them or something. I don't know. But we'll stop there for now. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. I just gotta hit something up here. I just noticed it. Sometimes when you back out a little bit, you can notice you get that little darkness in his corner of his eyes a little bit more. Just to add a little more roundness to them. Because he's got really, like I said, this is his eyes are kind of his jam. The whole kind of broodiness and darkness of his eyes. It's kind of like his thing. Okay. There you go. Yeah, this one's got to be darker here. Yeah. That works. Okay. Alright, so we'll just put my name on it. Just because, why not? Alright, first portrait of 21 anyway, so why not put my name on it? A little bit of darkness in here too, just a little bit. A little darker area there. That's, like I said, I don't went too crazy with that black or that, or the brown. Oh, I know what I was telling you. The background light. Okay, so real fast. Let's put in another layer. So real fast, what you would do to make a background light. Let's pick up. It's kind of a blue. All right, and then I'm gonna take a big old brush. Big old brush. Just a big old brush. Oh. That put it in the wrong place. I need this layer right here. There you go. And I would just put in this intense blue light. Okay. I know he's getting hit by light over here, but this light on the side is going to be more intense. So it's going to add a little bit of a be a overlay See it? It's there, but it's not too intense. And you could even make it more blue. And you could do the lower the laser just a little bit. It's not too much blue, just a little bit. So it adds a little bit of blue to him. Set the opacity of it down a little bit if it's too intense. You could try lighten. I don't think that. Multiply. No, I think overlay is the best way to go. Okay, so it's a little bit of color on the side of him. If you did, what did I do with that layer? Oh, here it is. Blue glow. And then if you took this layer and you duplicate it, because it is an overlay layer, it'll just get more intense. Duplicate layer. See it? So if it's too intense, you can just go in and kind of wrangle it in a little bit with the eraser. Okay, so it's a little bit of a blue light over there. And then, oops, that one is right here. Okay, and then use this. Okay, so, you know, it's something you can do. And then this layer, you can make these a smart layer, whatever you want, if you wanted. So view, fit on screen. There you go, portrait. And we can open up the rest of the parts of this guy now. I don't know what was in here. Alright, so now this guy is that guy. Edit, free transform. There you go. Okay, and we'll, Mr. Elba, we're out. And we'll throw Mr. Elba away, but let's save our file. Save as 4. Okay, save. Oh, my hard drive fell back to sleep. There you go. All right, guys. So that is a portrait. We'll do another one next class. So, oh, you know what I did not do? For my signature, I forgot. I don't usually do my signature that way. Actually, my signature. My signature is usually done with. Do my signature right if I'm gonna do it, I guess, right? Black. Okay. And then I take the we'll use this brush right here. Oh, that's much too big. Actually, I need a nice square brush. I have a ton of brushes, so this will work. And then I'll take my eraser, smaller, and I'll go 100%. Bam, 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 bam. Take my brush, set it back to my set my size down to 3. Perfect. All right, make it white. And zoom in a little bit and go bam. Brush too small. A little bit bigger. Now it's too big. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. 21. There you go. That's the way I've been doing my signature lately. So I'll do that. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, there we go. So then we'll save it. File. Save. Okay, guys. So at that, we're gonna end this, and hope it wasn't too long. I have no idea how long this was. Probably too long. Thanks.